Hello students, previously we have discussed about the belt, rope and the chain drives and braking arrangement of the system, and now we are going to start a new chapter, that is a governor. So see how it looks like this one, and we are going to study about this in detail. So what is its practical uses, application, and what is the function of it? First of all, we should know that it is a controlling device, and basically the practical applications are in the turbines, Pelton wheel turbines. That is governing of the Pelton wheel turbine is done, and hydraulic drums and steam turbines, diesel engines, gramophones. In the old days it was used in the gramophones, and airflow regulators of the blowers, air cooled engines. These are all used to control. So in these type of engines, these are all used to control the speed of all these engines. So basically it is a speed controlling device. So we are going to start, that is the relationship between its speed controlling with its output power. So we always want to design a engine which operates at its maximum efficiency. So let's suppose this is the input power and this is the output power, and power is nothing but the loading torque into the speed, and this is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. So we can say this is t into omega, and omega is nothing but 2 pi n by 60. So we see the graph between the loading torque and the speed, it is like this. That means if the load increases, the speed will decrease. It is depicted here. And if the load decreases, the speed will increase. So inversely proportional to each other, and how it will affect the efficiency, now we will see. That is the graph operating characteristic curve in between the efficiency and the speed. Means it is the maximum efficiency curve, and when the engine will operate at this range, then the engine will having the maximum efficiency. So to run the engine at its maximum efficiency, we have to control the speed to this operational range, so that the speed will never exceed this limit, neither decrease from this limit. So in order to control this speed, we use that device known as governor, what we have seen in that slide. So how it will know that the engine know that the speed has been decreasing or increasing? It is by the feedback control. So it is the engine, as you are saying. So it is a open it is a control loop system. It is the engine, it is the input power. So suppose the load on the engine will increase, so that the speed is decreasing to 40 km per hour, but our design speed is 80. So there is a decrease in the speed. This is 40 km per hour. So this is decreasing. So decrease in the speed is the information which was sent to the input signal. So here in the input, it will increase the supply of the working fluid by the help of the governor by opening the throttle valve, so that it will again reach to this range. Similarly, if the engine load decreases, then the speed, instead of 40 km per hour, it becomes suppose 100. So now it is 100 km per hour, but our design speed is 80 km per hour. This is our design speed range. So it has exceeded the design speed range. So this information will send to the input signal by the help of this controlling loop, so that at the design system, at the input, it will give the signal to the governor that to decrease the supply of the working fluid. So in this way, the governor added input to its controlling the speed. So we are able to see now the sum of the governors which are used in the very old days. So first of all, governor was a term was derived in 17th century by James Watt, and he has used the concept of centrifugal governing. The governor which the first figure it has this was derived by James Watt. So it is the first primary, very old days gramophone in which governor is used to control its speed. This is the diesel engine now. The speed governor installed in the 4-stroke diesel engine. It is the governor now you are seeing here is connected to the fuel tank. So the governor is connected to the bevel gears, and bevel gears connected to the shaft of the engine. So in which 4 strokes are performing: intake, compression, power and exhaust, and this is the manifold and exhaust. So in this way governor controls the speed when there is a load variation. So load is the primary factor for which it is governing the speed. So this is the most important criteria of controlling the speed. So it is we have seen here that is the engine, and this is the looping system. What is that? It is the loop system. This is the engine, and now it is the governor. This is the most important part, governor. From engine, if load increases or decreases, it is sent to the signal to the governor so that it will cut off or increase the supply of working fluid through the fuel pump. Here it is the fuel pump, and so that the engine again will operate at this required speed so that it will reach to the maximum efficiency. This is the cross sectional view you can see in a diesel operated car. So this is the cross sectional view of a governor when it is used in the engine. So this is all about the introduction to governor. I am thinking that you are all able to understand and correlate its application in the practical life. Thank you.